Hi everybody, this is Overland32 and I've been away for a little while from YouTube, but I'm back and I've got something rather special to show here. For anybody who's a fan of Malevolence, sort of Ahkranox, I've got a very early alpha build of the overworld. You may well have seen my videos of the dungeons. This is a game by Visual Outbreak and I'm one of the alpha testers, and I've been given very kindly by Alex, the main developer on the game, access. So let's have a look and see what we can find. Now the beauty of this game, first sight, this is where I've spawned in the game, and you can see the trees and the plants. As I say, it is in alpha, so there's a lot of things in the game that aren't quite working as they should perhaps, but it just gives you a good idea of what to expect. And you can see the leaves in the trees moving. It's a tile-based game, so it works very similar to the dungeon side of the game, where you move in squares. But the beauty of it is actually creates this world infinitely. So if I walk now forward, and let's go see what we can find. And I'm just going to walk in a straight line until we see anything interesting. Now in the alpha build, we can actually walk through the trees. So let's walk through the trees. Okay, we've got the grass, see the grass moving. Now there's a slight delay there where it's loading the next chunk, but that's just because it's not optimised as yet. So let's see what we've got here. Okay, to the left I can see a mountain or a hill. Let's go and have a look over there. We've also got a mushroom there, it's rather nice. So if we walk this way, past the plants. Okay, yeah, the beauty of the game, as I say, it's infinite. So I can walk for, well, forever in one direction if I wanted to do. So let's go to the top of here. Let's turn, have a look, see what we can see over this way. Okay, more mountains. Let's walk this way again. Aha, we have some water. Oh, and I think there, I'm sure I saw an insect. That's the first time I've seen one. Let's see if we can find. Did anyone else spot that? Yeah, there's no sound in the game either, which makes it sound a bit lonely, desolate. Some nice rocks. Okay, so that's the water now, and the water's fantastic. If I walk down to the end of this, you see the way the sunlight shines on the water's surface. Let's walk over here. I can't quite see the effect, but if you get high enough you can actually see the mountains in the water reflecting. Ah, there we are. If you look at the reflection, if I move my mouse, I don't know if you can see the mouse or not, but you can see the reflection of all those trees. I just walk in the water. Underwater at the moment it's pretty cool because you can see the reflection of the land through the water surface. And as we walk out the side here, I get a slight flash as it loads the new chunk, and up we go. Okay, so let's continue exploring this way. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen some of the new screenshots and things that Alex has put on the new blog, but there's guard towers, some ruins. The beauty of the game, I think, will ultimately be procedurally generated, which means you should never run out of things to do. There'll be procedural towns, dungeons, castles, all the equipment, the quests. The whole game is just going to be a real sandbox experience with RPG elements. And the other thing which sounds quite fantastic is if I'm exploring the world I am now here, and somebody else is also exploring their world. If you look on the side, I think there's coordinates. I can't quite see them. There we are. Yes, there are coordinates as to where I am in the world. So if I walk this way, X position, Y position. Now whether that's going to mean anything to me, it may not be working as it will ultimately. But anybody else who's playing the game if I tell them where I am in the world, so say for example I'm walking along and it generates a village, and I explore the village and stay at the inn or the shop or whatever, when they go to that position they'll also find the village, which is quite a humbling feeling, because you're going to be the first person potentially to discover that village, and then you might go on a forum and tell lots of people about this village. It could be a long way for them, and there could be all sorts of things like that happening between players as the game develops. Yeah, I've already seen the dungeons and they're fantastic, and even better as time goes on, but I love the overworld. Just really unlucky. I'm sure if we walk in a straight line for a good time we must find a ruin, because they look absolutely brilliant. I found one last night, and I'm not sure whether I started in the same place today or a different place to last night. Let's just walk in a straight line and see what pops up. Yeah, there are going to be biomes as well, so we're not going to be stuck with this same sort of flora and fauna. Now, whether the biomes will be affected by weather patterns, I don't know. I'm expecting that could be a possibility. But my plan is to, as long as Alex keeps supplying me with these alpha tests versions, I'll try and get some videos as more and more new features are added. And gives you a good understanding of what they're trying to achieve, and when you read about it you think, sounds too good to be true, but you never know. It certainly feels like it's going to go and work the way they say, so I've got every faith. Anyway, I'll venture a little bit further this way, and if we don't find anything interesting, call this one a night, and keep all the interest for the next one. And I've also got full bloom on here, which Alex recommended. He said it looks really, really good, and I must admit I love the way the sun shines through the trees. There's something over there, possibly, or maybe not. It's just a vast, vast world. Sure, there's something over here. Just imagine exploring something like this, and then all of a sudden you come across something and a whole quest is procedurally generated. So you disappear on the quest, and then you've got procedural items, and procedural quest items, procedural people to speak to. It just sounds fantastic. Nice mountainy or hilly region here. So it's not all flat, it generates some fantastic nice hills. I'm sure there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to generate fantastic mountains. I don't want to mention Skyrim, but if we can reach that sort of level of at least terrain, would be fantastic. But the thing with Skyrim, it's handcrafted, though. This is procedural. The game is creating this, which is something to be absolutely amazed by. So I think, unless we see anything else Bradley, I feel like I'm on a walk. We just go for a walk, which Dad used to say, just over the next hill, see what we can find. I feel just like that. One thing I did mention when I emailed Alex, it's quite a relaxing, almost meditative experience walking through this procedural world. Extremely lonely, but I'm sure that won't last. God, I love the water. Imagine underwater caves. How cool would that be? No, I'm not going to find any. Yesterday I found ruins pretty early on. Today I've walked for miles. Not too sure exactly how far. Good grief, is that the sea? No. I think a lot of the water bodies at the moment are lakes. I'm sure that continents and things like that will be procedurally generated at some point, so you'll be able to travel to and from places. I'm sure ships were mentioned. It's in some some blog posts that I read, which definitely suggests that we're going to be able to travel to and from continents and land masses. Anyway, I'm going to call it a night, or a stop about here. So thank you very much for watching. Keep your eyes on the website. I'll put links in the YouTube in the description area, and if you want to, there's also I think it's an Indiegogo or something along those lines, like a Kickstart type idea. I'll also link to that, so try and raise a bit of cash so that they can really push the graphics and the ideas for the game, so they come up with something really special. The trees are slightly different here. Oh wow. Yeah, the more you explore, the more you find. Anyway, thanks very much. My name's Overland32, and I look forward to showing you more of Malevolence, Sword of Ahkranox in the near future. Thank you. Bye.